We begin today with a truly haunting mystery. Kanika Powell was a young, ambitious woman who went from serving in the military to working for the US government. She was gunned down at her doorstep after a series of strange warnings. Today, her family is begging for answers. Who would want her dead and why? Our Michelle Sigona has the story.
Kanika Powell was a loving daughter, a great friend, and a proud military veteran. The 28-year-old was living alone in this quiet Maryland apartment complex, finally living her dream job in national security. That is, until a cold-blooded murderer came knocking at her door in broad daylight.
On August 28th, our patrol units responded for the report of a shooting. One of Kanika's neighbors in the building heard gunshots and came out into the hallway and found Kanika laying in front of her apartment door.
Who would kill a defenseless young Army soldier just back from a tour of duty in Korea? It's a question investigators and Kanika's family ask every day as the murder remains a giant mystery here in Prince George's County, just outside D.C.
She was feisty, she was fast, she was adorable, a fun little kid, and we just had a ball raising her.
Her mother, Judy Forrest, remembers when Kanika graduated high school and decided to join the military.
I thought, oh my God, they're gonna kill her because she wasn't used to any kind of physical activity, but she was determined.
We had been friends since high school. And I was like, you gonna leave me and go to the military, you know? She just looked at me and she said, Ayana, I gotta do it.
Kanika completed her service and returned to the States, landing a job at the prestigious Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Lab, working as a security contractor.
Top secret clearance is what she had, and it really couldn't discuss a lot about what she was doing.
It had to do something with military. Like she would have to fly to California or she would have to go to Florida. But what she did there, I did not know. She couldn't tell me that.
Clearly, there were a lot of secrets. Kanika's family soon learned she was encountering strange, unexplained door knocks.
It was a Saturday evening, I'll never forget. She called and said, Ma, these two men just knocked on my door saying that they were from the FBI. She said they called her by name. She said, I already called FBI to find out if they had sent anybody. And so she said they put a fake badge. I guess she could tell that it was a fake badge.
A fake FBI badge.
Yeah, a badge up to the peephole. She didn't open the door. She called the police. They searched the area. They didn't find anyone, of course.
The incident frightened Kanika so much, she emailed her family and friends recounting the events, ending the note warning, pass this on, ladies. Who knows who these guys are and what they're doing? But it wasn't over. 5 days later, another man, another knock at the door.
He said, are you Kanika Powell? She said, yes. He said, I have a package for you. And she said he went to go get the package, but he never came back.
But just 12 hours later, another strange visitor.
She called me early, 7 or 7:30, and she said, someone knocked on my door again, saying they had a package for me. She said, it's 7:30 in the morning. Who delivers packages this early?
What was Kanika's mindset at this point? Was she in fear of her safety?
When I look back on it, I could kind of hear the fear in her voice. She said, well, Mom, I'm not gonna go to work today because she was planning to go out of town the next day. She said, I'm not gonna be, out here running around in the dark. So I'd rather get it done during the day and, and get back home and be safe.
Unfortunately for Kanika, there was no safe place to be. Later that day, Judy got a phone call from a detective.
So he said, well, I'm sorry to tell you this. Your daughter's just been shot. And I said, what? All I know is I lost it. When we got up to the hospital, she was in grave condition. That Thursday evening, they had run a brainwave test on her and saw that there was no brain activity. They pronounced her dead at that time.
My dad knocks on the door and he's crying. He says, Kanika's been shot. And I just dropped to the floor. Probably one of the worst pains I ever felt. You know, excuse me. No one wants to get news like that about your best friend for over 15 years. My dad, to see him cry, that was like his daughter too. You know, his second daughter, that's how close we were.
Investigators say on the day Kanika was killed, the gunman was waiting right inside the doorway.
She was in front of her door.
Yes, she's in front of her door, laying on the floor in the stairwell, and she had been shot several times, more than once.
Do you know what type of gun was used?
Yes, it was a handgun used.
Did you ever find that weapon?
No, it did not.
Kanika's keys and wallet were found right next to her body, and robbery was ruled out as a motive. According to detectives, Kanika had no boyfriend, no known enemies, and they don't believe her job was a motive. Incredibly, the case has turned up few leads and continues to baffle law enforcement. Will the mystery of Kanika Powell ever be solved?
Kanika Powell's murder is now being re-examined by police, and Crime Watch Daily needs your help. If you have any information on this case, please go to our website at crimewatchdaily.com and submit a tip, or you can call or text our toll-free tip line. The number is 1844 800 crime. Let's prove to this suspect that we are watching.